dough, fresh out the oven, ready to run. What's hot this week at Jeff's Bagel Run? Jeff and Aaron bring the fun. It's the weekly run, let's get it. The weekly run from Jeff's Bagel Run.
Welcome to the weekly run. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Aaron.
And we're here with Danielle today.
And you're Danielle.
Up?
See,
hey.
You didn't prep her. You didn't prep her for that.
Hello.
Welcome.
Why am I here?
Well, you're just part of this little trio now on podcasting. So.
Because you had all these guest hosts on while Aaron was gallivanting through Europe and I was not invited. This is just you trying to mend fences for my lack of invite.
Well, given your influence across the business, I think that's wise, and I support said pandering. I'm a willing participant. Just keep you happy.
Fair enough. Thank you.
I love it.
How many feature requests will end up on the pod today? TBD.
Well, no, okay, just for level setting here, we only put things on marketing's plate.
Fine.
This is all we do.
Okay.
We come up with some really bad marketing ideas and we throw them out there. And that's all we do. Okay. Let's not get too far out of ourselves.
Stay in my lane is what I'm hearing. Stay in my lane.
Well, no, just marketing is free game. You can take as many shots at great marketing ideas that you have. I just like to keep it there. This isn't the part of the day where I want to come and get, tasks on my list.
Fair enough. Okay. Not sure if you should have invited me then. We'll see at the end.
Well, we'll see how it goes. I think there's always a feature request, at least one during the pod.
There seems to be.
They certainly come after the pod when Danielle listens.
I like to make sure that stuff's after the wrap. There's no public commitments for any of these things.
Every single time I listen, I'm immediately texting the group chat like my commentary because I completely disagree with half the things you say. And I'm like, no, maple bacon should not be a bagel of the day. And it's like 2 weeks later, probably, when you don't even remember what I'm talking about. Because, Aaron, you don't listen. But yeah, I have lots of thoughts. So now I get to do it live, which is very exciting for me.
Today, I thought we'd start the conversation with, can you schedule creativity? Because the Bagel of the Day conversation last week really sparked a lot of dialogue and discussion amongst the team and, 2 comments we got about the pod on the
Bagel Sphere.
The Bagel Sphere? The Bagel Sphere. And can you schedule creativity? How do we, is a bagel that we're planning 6 months from now, is that really creative? Is that impromptu? Is that still drive the same joy?
It's an interesting question. And I'll say just a small anecdote as we get into it. This sort of resonates with me because I think this is something, it's an interesting question, I think, in business. And in technology, we sort of deal with this a lot too, because you may not seem it, but technology is generally a pretty creative endeavor, right? We're trying to create things that don't exist, whether it be features or whole applications or whatever the sort of, scope of it is. It doesn't matter. Somebody's sitting down and trying to make something out of nothing. And so can you do that every day? Can you show up and be creative, innovative, whatever, consistently on a schedule with a deadline? And it's a question that we grapple with, and I'm sure it's 10 times harder when it's something, I'll say, more to the creative thing, like coming up with flavors or food ideas. And how do you systemize that? I don't know how you do that, to be honest. I just get to be on the other side of it and eat my bagels. So how hard do you find it? How hard does the team find it? Because we have to give credit here too. You guys are actually out in front. This was easy when the scheduled innovation was, oh my God, it's Saturday and I need bagels for next week.
Untested recipes just going live.
Exactly. Now that's creative. That is the fire and passion of creativity. But now that we've got to dictate that to 40 plus stores, that doesn't work. So there's a little bit more lead time. How do you guys get in the headspace for it?
I think Danielle forces the issue. She has such a steadfast conviction to the schedule because and rightfully so, our franchisees deserve lead time on ordering products. Our franchisees deserve lead time on knowing just what's coming down the pipe when it comes to menu innovation or product development. And so I believe that Danielle is really the bar when it comes to scheduling what that looks like, and having a forced reckoning every 60 days of a calendar needing to be met.
Reckoning.
I don't know if reckoning's...
What you tell me is it's always Saturday.
It is always Saturday.
To you,
yes.
It's always Saturday. It's always proverbial Saturday.
So
the output is just 2 months in advance, but to you, it's Saturday.
So I think creativity is really interesting because people wouldn't say like in operations you're creative, but I am constantly iterating on things I've built. I feel like iteration is creation. And so I want to say like anytime you iterate on something you've done or you build something better, that's creativity. And sometimes that happens in the moment. For me, it's like usually a spreadsheet where I've found some secret unlock or, something where I'm improving. Like I think improvement's creativity. So if I'm improving something I've built and making it better. So I think creativity happens all the time. And just because you are thinking of something for pumpkin season in August, when do we start pumpkin season?
Like May?
April. Like you're still iterating on a great thought, inspiration. So I think it's still creative. But I think that there's something that happens in like the zeitgeist of pop culture and like where you have to sometimes like quickly make a call on something that wasn't planned, which is annoying for me for sure. But ultimately the right thing to do if it's like capturing a moment in time, like Taylor Swift's new album or I don't know, pick something. Also, like the calendar is like fairly set. We know like St. Patrick's Day is the same time every year and Halloween. So I feel like you can get creative with themes or ideas. And even if it is 6 months away,
I think
the inspiration's the inspiration,
Yeah, and for the guests, it still feels like spontaneity. Like it doesn't, for us, it might be planful and it might be thought out, but the guest still sees the spontaneity in something popping up at the right time that's seasonally on trend.
Well, they don't know what's coming. It doesn't feel creative for us because we've been talking about it since April, but like these new pumpkin flavors are going to be like mind-blowing to people that didn't know we've been planning it. So some of this stuff I think is going to blow people's mind. And then for us, we're like, old hat, like what's next? We're thinking about, next, whatever, Q2 of 27.
Speak for yourself because I'm ready to be re-excited and surprised by pumpkin in a couple of weeks, even though I got a full private tasting recorded of this. So, to each his own. Some of us like to just, enjoy that surprise over and over again.
I'm not a pumpkin girly, right? I'm like kind of throw shade a little bit. This pumpkin strategy might turn me into a pumpkin person. I'm not sure, but it's very good. So hats off to your creativity, Jeff, whenever it was, because I might become a pumpkin girl. I don't know.
The pumpkin season it's not as far away as a couple of weeks, Aaron. It's
it's next
week. It's Monday. It starts Monday. It is here.
Let's go. I'll pose this as a statement, probably masquerading as a question or maybe reverse of that. But what Danielle just said is kind of an interesting thought of like, okay, when we do look at this menu, we do think of like, okay, what is creativity? Like just having something fresh is like tier 1. That's a level of creativity. But going a little bit deeper and being like, okay, what are we really trying to do here? Right? I mean, we're still a business. So are we trying to bring people in the door? Are we trying to show people that we have a wider breadth of options or that we're just interesting to follow and there's engagement? Because you never know when sesame,
miso sesame?
The miso sesame is going to hit and be like, what? So, or a load of baked potatoes. So there's a lot of different ways to sort of slice it. So when you and the team sit down, Jeff, how do you sort of prioritize those objectives of like why you're trying to be creative? Because I think it guides a little bit. It dictates what you're trying to do. Are we trying to do A or B? I think that would change your approach, would it not?
I don't think Jeff ever has a strategy. He just like comes up with shit and says, sorry, can I say a bad word on the pod? He comes up with stuff.
We'll find out.
And he says, go figure it out. Like, I think you personally come from a place of joy and fun and like innovation. And I don't think you're like, oh, I have this strategic idea. This bagel is going to bring in X amount of customers per day. No, that's our problem. you're like, how? Like you just come up with it and then the rest happens. I don't know. That's just my take, but I have a very different vision coming from the other side of it.
Danielle's definitely right. I see something that I find either extremely delicious or very interesting to explore. And then it brings me such happiness to do it that gets infused or like imbued into the product. And so something like, I don't know how many comments we saw in, like, I probably got a comment every week, maybe 2 comments every week from the same Instagram user of post National Bagel Day. When is the wonton bagel coming back? Day 397. Yeah, you're like
his burner account.
His burner
It's my
account
burner.
asking for
It's
the
my
wonton
bagel
bagel.
burner.
It's Finsta.
And the wonton bagel was really hard to execute. It had 100 ingredients. It was delicious, and the team in O-Town did a great job creating it. But miso sesame came out of that as a inspiration point, and like I knew that there was going to be more than one guest who's really excited about a flavor inspired from Asian cuisine and this idea of the wonton bagel. And so when we started working on it, it was something that I kind of always had in the back of my mind. I was like, oh, I wonder what this person's going to think about this bagel. Like I had one specific individual in mind. And it didn't disappoint. They're super excited. They commented on Sunday when I posted the Bagel of the Day calendar. Yeah, because it's this week where like miso sesame's happening. I don't remember what day it is. Maybe it's Saturday. But yeah, it's happening again.
I'll be there.
So.
Don't worry. That's what I feel about like, so being that I often see the moment when an idea happens, it's pretty special. Loaded baked potato happened at the table I'm sitting at with our neighbors. And Jeff's like, what idea? Like, what's a good Bagel of the Day idea? And then like, our friend was like, loaded baked potato. And like, it was like the light bulb, like you could see it happening. And then now it's my personal favorite. I ate it this weekend, and to see that go from the moment to the execution. But I think it's all built into the, like, I think the strategy is the same we've always had, is to have like a ongoing daily LTO, or like create this demand or this limited supply of an item to grow demand like on a weekend or a certain day. So I think it's all, we've strategized Jeff's creativity. But I don't think you can like give a creative person like Jeff like too many boundaries. He'll just add it to his ongoing list, and hopefully that idea will play in at some point in the future. But every time this man goes out to eat, he's coming up with a new idea. And then I'm like, how are we going to do it? How are we going to do it? You know, but some of his best ideas, I mean, have made my life much, much better, you know? So.
Well, I mean, that highlights an interesting thought sort of, I guess, this whole question of like intentional or strategic creativity. We do see a lot of it with our dough types. Like that's one thing that we do strategically do when, you know, when we're looking at new bagel flavors, or probably to you guys' point, the more accurate thing that we do is when we have a winner, we're like, all right, how can we, you know, derive from or extrapolate out this winner? And loaded baked potato is a great example because it's got that green onion dough, which became the base of some other, you know, absolute winners. And
miso sesame now on a green onion dough.
Which, I mean, honestly, just, I think there's a whole creative vein of just crossing, which we'll see some, actually, this is coming out, but like just crossing dough types and, you know, finished bagel flavors and just creating new combos with that. Spicy Abbey is a classic example of a very simple crossover that created a whole new bagel.
Yes.
I'm having fun experimenting with these existing dough types we have. We have our cinnamon roll dough, which is essentially just a cinnamon-based bagel. It's not sweet dough. It's very, I mean, it punches like square in the mouth with cinnamon. It's like, it is all cinnamon. We balance it with that sweet icing that we put on top. But that cinnamon dough, I think, has a lot of applications. You know, we could make a lot of different cookie-based, like cookie-style bagels, I think, with cinnamon. There's a lot of things we can do there. So I've been...
Red hot bagel? No.
A cinnamon red hot bagel?
You mean like the candy, the red hots?
Valentine's? I'm just saying. All right.
There's a lot of stuff coming. I'm really excited about some flavors that I'm getting to play with for 2027. And I think we're going to have a lot of fun with, well, maybe this just should lead right into the next segment that I had planned for this, because it's not often that I get two very willing participants in bagel eating on a podcast where I can kick around some ideas.
Oh boy.
So this new segment's sort of like the idea of, would you eat it? So it's like, is this a bagel you'd put in your mouth, or would you pass? So it's,
Well,
I've
we
got,
need to workshop like a really shorthand.
I don't know. It's like
eat or trash or something like that.
Yeah,
Eat or
Okay.
trash.
Yeah.
we can work on this. We can work on the segment. Like, yeah,
Okay.
I
but
feel like if it's successful, we'll invest in a better name.
we need a bagel run version of Smash or Pass, basically, is what I'm looking for. So,
Like F, Marry, Kill, but bagel?
Oh my god!
oh, that's hilarious. Actually, we could do that too. But let's start with
Kiss, Marry, Kill is what the kids say.
Kiss, Marry, Kill is what the kids say now. So I guess, would you eat this or would you not? Is kind of where we're at. So let me pull my list up. But two easy ones that I'm already thinking about for February's Bagel of the Day calendar: pretzel bagel.
I would not.
Yeah, pass. We already have a salt
My
bagel.
son would,
How are
though.
you going to improve on a pretzel bagel? How are you going to make a pretzel bagel? Are you going to put it in lye? Like, I need more. Again, this is the problem. I need to know how. Never
Don't-
going to get a how.
You're gonna get
Just gonna
yourself
be there.
excluded from this game.
Fine.
If you can't.
If you
can't follow
did it
the
right,
rules.
I would definitely do it.
What
But
about?
I have to. That's like a.
Okay,
I would. You have to assume.
it's going to be right.
Assume that he's going to do it right. Like, I mean, this is.
All right, then
We'll,
yes.
we'll work on the rules too. I would say no, but I know my son would love it.
Yeah, my
So I
kids
think-
would love it.
I acknowledge it as a very polarizing flavor. That's an interesting one, and an oldie.
Yeah, it's
So,
kind of a classic, but definitely
Yeah.
something that people may not lean into. What about red velvet?
I would again say no, but I know a certain developer on my team that would be first in line. You've actually bribed him with red velvet cake
Oh.
before, so
Yes, I have.
this is his. This would be his.
Also pass for me, but I only care for savory 99% of the time.
Wow.
Sorry,
Okay,
guys.
that's all right. Listen, I am striking out. How about a spinach artichoke bagel?
That's a winner.
Yeah.
I would, yes.
Spinach.
Okay. This
And
is
I will
one
tell
that
you, I had last weekend. I don't know. Recently, had the ricotta honey.
Oh, yeah. Did you
and
like it?
The blueberry ricotta honey of all things, which is just doesn't know what it wants to be, but it wants to be delicious. And I feel like the spinach artichoke one would be like that. Just
With
some really glommy,
Spinach
cheesy,
dough.
like basically like an
Mm.
artichoke dip, like an appetizer level artichoke dip, just like wedged on top, like that ricotta is.
my vision is like the spinach dough topped with like some. I kind of want to like reduce artichokes, like caramelize them so they're crunchy. Like
Ops Danielle's dying. Remember the rules, Danielle.
So
Remember
she's
the
a-
rules.
she would eat
I will
it.
eat it. Don't worry. I just gotta ignore the R&D part.
It's true.
blueberry honey ricotta is a bagel that wants to be on a charcuterie board.
Okay. This is what I was literally in O-Town. So it was 2 weeks ago because I was in O-Town on Saturday. And I had been talking to the front register. We talked about this. She was great. She had a really great experience. But anyways, talking to her again. She's like, oh, hey, how was the
She
the
remembered?
ricotta honey? Of course. She's excellent.
Aw,
She's great.
that-
Front house staff is
Here.
locked in. So she was asking us, and the words that I said to her was like, because what we did, I don't know if I could take down an entire one of those bagels by myself. Like that is a very dedicated flavor. So we diced it up. We were all eating our other bagels because we decided to buy a lot, and so we all just sort of picked at it, and we kept coming back. And I said to her, I was like, this is kind of like a charcuterie board because the honey's in there and the cheese is in there, and just that combo of honey and cheese. It's very
Mm.
cheese board. And
We
that's
are-
exactly what I said to her. And
We often get the bagel of the day in addition to whatever our regular bagel is, and we quarter
Yes.
eighth it, and everyone takes some. That
you
is
just do the
move.
crumble cookie dice.
Yeah.
And cut it up into little bits, and everybody grabs it. Yeah.
Maybe we need like a bagel divider.
We need to make a bagel divider. That's right. See, these are the ideas that we focus on, Danielle, on this podcast.
That's the
More
marketing.
marketing.
100%.
Do you know how many of those cookie crumble cooker? I have many of those cutters.
And they haven't,
just,
for the record, they haven't cut a cookie in a very long time.
No.
I mean, like a bagel divider,
Yeah.
a bagel sampler, a sampler slicer. We'll work on this.
Okay.
This is
There's
good.
something.
Workshop.
Just,
Okay, I've got a couple more flavors for you.
Oh boy.
One of these you've tried before, and I just want to get, yes, this is one that's hit the R&D circuit once, and I think it's going to come back again. A salt and vinegar bagel.
Heck no.
Didn't we try that at
It was
an
good.
event?
It was good. We did it at
I made one.
Yeah, we did that when we were testing. So I don't know if we say this, not say this, but like I thought Chip Week was an amazing concept.
Oh, Chip Week.
And I was sad to see Chip Week sort of fall back because
Spices, man. Spices. We couldn't
Part
get
of
the barbecue chip bagel was a winner. And I actually like salt and vinegar.
So salt?
I don't like salt and vinegar regularly, but you had something there. We have all the spices, by the way, from that.
I have salt and vinegar. So yes, so this was a lot of fun. Salt and vinegar is going to come back because
I would eat that.
the Lowry's seasoned salt. You're familiar with this brand?
Yeah.
They make this salt and vinegar seasoning now. Their parent company is McCormick, and we have a partnership with McCormick, and they deployed some samples to us of the salt and vinegar seasoning before it came out, and it's very good. It just didn't work into the whole idea of Chip Week will come back. I think it'll be a 27 program. We're shortening some of the LTO windows, and we're filling in some gaps with specialty bagel of the day weeks. And
love that.
Chip Week is going to be a lot of fun.
So coming back to that, what, like in your creative process, have the themed weeks been like, is that harder because like, oh man, now I gotta like align all these things, or do you find it easier to be given a box to go play in? How have you felt about the weeks? Because that wasn't an original thing that you guys ever did. Like that's
we did Pizza Week. Pizza Week. Yeah, Pizza Week was the only one we ever did. And that was a lot of fun because, I mean, I think pizzas and bagels a bagel could just be a small pizza. It's delicious. Tons of opportunity.
That's peanut butter and chocolate pizzas and bagel.
Absolutely. Blueberry Week was one that came out of we were doing a content day, Lindsay and I, and she said, she's like, I don't know how you've done it. She's like, but you've got like 4 blueberry bagels of the day, and they're all so distinct and unique and delicious on their own that she's like, none of them are the same. And I was like, oh, that's really nice. Thanks. I'm glad, but then I started thinking about it. I was like, that's crazy. We're like only 3 bagels away from doing an entire blueberry week. And so it sort of sparked this idea.
Week. I feel like there's so many things we could do here.
Soup week.
Oh, Soup Week. Oh my God. One of my very good friends who's like a very giant JBR fan loves soup, and she would have many ideas.
Soup week, because you've already got the tomato grilled cheese and the French onion soup, so you're just 5 away.
That's easy. I mean,
Soups are good flavors too, because they're hearty and they're like
November-ish, right after Thanksgiving.
They're things that people remember. Like people remember like a soup flavor, like a classic. Soup week. There you go.
I'm taking notes.
See, this
ginger.
Is
I feel like there's some ginger flavor going on somewhere in this.
Oh man. You could bring the miso over and we could do like a ramen. A ramen could be one of the days, a ramen bagel.
Ooh.
Okay, so we've got ramen, we've got French
This is how it happens,
soup.
people. Just like this.
This is it. This is
the
100%.
next 2 weeks of my life will be in the aisle of the grocery store, looking at all the ingredients. We've done some chip research, and
that's good research though. That's research I can get behind.
Yeah.
It's too hot to be eating this much soup, though. To be fair, it's too hot.
That's why it should be bagels, right?
Oh, yeah.
This is why it should be bagels. But this is the creative process. We all just throw random stuff at Jeff. And then he
inspire him. He needs to be activated. This is the thing about Jeff. You just activate him, and then it's like, and then I have to deal with the aftermath. But like, it works really well. His brain is crazy.
Great.
My last flavor for you that I want to throw out there is a coconut cream pie.
Ugh. No, I hate coconut.
That's a no. But I do like the cream pie aspect. I think there's better cream pies you could do.
Pie week. Yeah.
Pie week could be interesting. If you wanted to go sweet and integrate some chocolate, I think you'd be better off going like the moon pie route.
Oh, moon pie.
With like, chocolate and then more of a, a palatable creme glaze or something like, just like more of a softer flavor on that. I would think a coconut would just be too much.
Let's bring back key lime pie.
I was going to say, what didn't work was key lime pie. Yeah, I got to bring that back.
Let's improve.
So I'm curious, you guys' thoughts then while we're sort of in this, would or would not. I don't know that I'm pro citrus in bagels. Full stop.
Have you had the cranberry orange?
I have.
You don't like
it?
Oh, wow.
I think we should put sugar on it this year.
Cranberry orange is not bad, and my kids like it. But they tend to go more, one of my kids tends to go more sweet. I think it's the citrus bitter. So when you go cranberry orange, you get the tart from the cranberry. It's more on the blueberry, sort of cinnamon raisin vein. So it pulls it more that way. But a key lime is just tart. So I think citrus tart is actually the miss.
Yeah. But lemon, we do a lot of lemony bagels. Are you not a fan of the
lemon?
But again, it's balanced.
Blueberry
lemon poppy, it's offset. Tastes like a muffin. I love,
Muffins.
that.
Muffin week.
So many weeks.
Daniel's like stacking them up.
Now we're just backlogged.
This is great.
Like 2028, every week is a week. Like,
every
please
week.
no.
Hey,
let's not
easy.
do that. Yeah.
Every week is a week. Well, that's fun. Okay, so we just need a better category for this segment. I think we could do this. This could be fun.
I like it. Although I got to tell you, this has been, it's a lot of passing, Jeff.
Yeah, sorry. Come up with better
a lot
ideas.
of passing this time.
There was a lot of pass. I know. Which will be interesting because I think
we won't keep score.
He's doing that on purpose. He's like, just going to give us the bad ones first, and then he'll come back.
Is this a low bar?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
We'll see.
Maybe it's just setting the bar low. Yeah, that could be
I can't wait for the feedback on this because I loved when even it was hinted at, even though full caveat was provided that no menu changes were being made. But when people got to comment on bagels coming or going from the standard menu, lots of great feedback. People were back in their favorites.
You were
protecting.
saying something crazy last week, and I was upset. I don't know what. I already forgot. I was me.
I dare.
I was sending messages in all caps. I was very angry.
There was other stuff on social too about people like, oh yeah, this one should be an everyday. Yeah. So like we're talking about, bagel flavors is sacred ground.
This is how I feel about cream cheese flavors because I have a cream cheese I would like to remove based on cost of making it and some other boring things. But Jeff says absolutely not because one person might love it. So, okay, does sales dictate whether you should keep an item or not? Or is it fan favorites? The internal debate.
Do you know which cream cheese she's referring to, Aaron?
Let me see if I can guess.
It's our most expensive cream cheese to make as an operator. Operator hat, not customer hat.
Most expensive to make and is not popular, in your opinion?
It is it's one of the bottom
like
cheese
the
sellers
mover.
Besides vegan. That's not, vegan just isn't.
Yeah, vegan and butter is different, like our staple. I would guess, is it the cookies and cream?
Yeah.
It is the cookies and cream.
So many ingredients in there, and they're all expensive.
There is a lot. But cookies and cream is one of those things.
Yes, you have to have it.
I feel like that would fall into the same cat. And good on and we won't name names here, but good on the cookie people for, making cookies and cream. It's an ice cream. Like, if you come with, if you have, even when you go to the fancy donut shops, they're like, oh, it's a cookies. There's always a cookies and cream crumble option. Like, they have got, these cookie people have convinced us as a society crumble up these cookies on everything, even where they don't belong.
The people that make the cookies never got back to me the time I met them to use licensing for that product. So we have to keep saying cookies and cream.
This is true.
Which,
but we had a cookies and cream cold foam. It's a banger.
They convince you to put these cookies in everything. And every restaurant type, every store, Like if you go and order a dessert somewhere, they're trying to force it in there too for like random stuff. Like it's everywhere. It's
That's
really,
why I think our banana pudding's so popular, because we put Nilla wafers in it. I think just cookies in general are very, very
it's
good
true.
in stuff.
And
And Biscoff
the
is
cookie
coming.
butter. Yeah.
Cookie butter's
Cookie
coming.
butter.
Cookies make everything better, is I think what Danielle said.
Yeah.
Well, you did make a very, I don't think it's really that much of a hot take or a bold statement, but accurate, is that if it can be ice cream, it can be a spread. And this is a proven fact. I mean, ice creams just have cookies broken up into them.
I
So
do
it
not
can-
think mint chocolate chip should be an ice cream, guys. I know. Goodbye, ice cream summer. And it was fun. Some
It was
people
good.
loved it.
It was good.
I don't like mint chocolate chip ice cream, so therefore I'm was not a fan.
That was a good
But
spread.
people loved it, so
I think when I say if it can be ice cream, it can be cream cheese, I think just because it can be done doesn't mean it should.
yeah.
And that's fair. I think
That's why we should do more of this. So let's do this for cream cheese flavors too. And we can, well, I'm not coming back, I guess. I don't know. I'm like acting like I'll be invited back after
I
this.
think
But-
sometimes when the creative spirit takes over,
Yes.
I have to remember that we still run a commercial business and I need to make sure that it's something that just because it sounds delicious and a few people really, really like it, it doesn't mean it's worthy of a place because it still has to be a commercial success.
I think we are learning. Like, I think we've learned a little bit more about R&D over the last year. And we talk a little bit about who should be the people taste testing it operationally, because sometimes that group gets a little too small and narrow, and then it gets to operators and they're like, who approved this, right? We never want that as a company. It happens occasionally. Not less and less as we have more and more stores, but I think you want the right audience to test things. You don't want too big of an audience, because it's almost the opposite, is you have too many cooks in the kitchen. Not everyone's going to like everything, but I think we've learned some lessons that not every flavor should be.
But that's an interesting sort of note. And you're right, I think, on sort of what graduates and what makes it, is that filter is important, but it does sort of lean into like how the innovation side has to have structure and how the creativity has to have, non-creative elements, I suppose, to it, if you want to sort of create that conflict. But one thing that I thought really worked well, and maybe it would be an exciting way to sort of approach this, is I thought when we last year tested a bunch of things at our franchise event at the end of the year that we do internally to the company, but that's a great audience because you've got a nice cross-section of, their owners, their operators, obviously they're still fans and customers of the business. It's, 100 extra pallets. So it's a good sort of zone to test it. It's also a battlefield to test it in.
Like we tested the different sugar-free vanilla flavors, and it was literally a 50-50 split.
That's
and
it.
it was great because I was like, I don't have to make the change. So I think we should do that. Like have them, live vote.
But it's
on
an
the
interesting, it's an interesting time though, because now, granted, you can't
You got to be
talk
6
about
months
innovation,
out. Yeah.
talking about being creative on a calendar, like being ready to test all new flavors in one single event is not, probably ideal, but you bring up a good point as far as, okay, how do we validate this?
It is a fun like peek behind the curtain, right? It gives them a little
Yeah.
that like Wizard of Oz, like look who's back here. And there is something special about that. And so including people in the process is fun. And
And I do feel like at these conferences, and I've been in many, many, mostly in corporate America, obviously only one with Jeff so far, but there is always something you have to reveal, right? Every pyramid, right,
Yes.
has to reveal something. I have a reveal. Finally, I figured out what I'm revealing. But I think
for
that,
this year's.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Oh, it's exciting.
you're way ahead of show, God.
I have a lot of work to do, but it's going to take me a minute, right? So I had an idea. It's not that. I think it's very exciting. It's an operational function that will drive efficiency.
How many
Let's put it
tech
that way.
requests come with this?
None.
How-
Zero.
Fantastic.
Zero.
I love your reveal. It's the best
Yeah.
reveal ever. Let's stick with it.
So I think people will
behind
be
it.
happy. So like Jeff, you need to get ready. Like what's today? It's August. So you have a few months. So you better, I'm going to activate you right now. You better have like 10 things for everyone to try. And then I'm going to make a poll, like a live poll on the screen, and we can
I
get
love
feedback.
Pretzel and red velvet.
We can do more.
It's
How
coming.
about Chip Week part 2?
Chip week. Chip week for sure.
We were promised Soup Week and
Yeah.
Chip Week, and I'm sure. Listen, we only need 5 more minutes to come up with
Yeah.
this part. This is my favorite part of innovation, where I can just throw stuff out. I have
You
very
don't have to
little
worry about any of
accountability.
it.
No.
It's
There's
great.
zero accountability. This is why I'm such a great marketer on this podcast as well, because
This
I
is
have to
why-
see nothing through and produce no result whatsoever.
This is why when we're,
If
like,
only.
in-
I want that job. That'd be great.
This is why when we're in meetings together, we're like, oh, we should do this, Aaron. And we throw features out at him and it's a similar.
That's not fun. That's not. Nobody likes that. We shouldn't do that.
Well, Aaron did give me a "I told you so" today about.
That thing was locked and loaded. Just so you know.
I know.
Just so you know, they're always locked and loaded.
I know.
I am an elephant, and I never forget.
I'm glad. It was great. It was deserved. So
This was so fun to have you, Danielle. Thanks for being on the pod this week.
that's it. So quick.
I know, it goes fast.
It goes fast.
That's how they go.
I will say it's probably
they're so much easier to produce and to listen to. Like, you got to drive all the way downtown from your house to get through, an episode. But we just bang them out like that.
It's wild.
we are launching Pumpkin next week. So
Let's go.
let's be excited about pumpkin season. We're taking the week off with 7 pumpkin bagel of the day flavors, 5 brand new pumpkin
So good.
flavored bagels of the day. So excited. There's, 3 drinks, Danielle, right? 3 drinks,
Yes.
3 new spreads. Technically, they're not, 2, they're not new. Pumpkin spice cream cheese comes back. Maple brown sugar comes back. And we're bringing pumpkin spice into our as a vegan recipe. So we'll have vegan pumpkin spice as well starting on Monday.
Yeah, the
which I
plant-based
think
community is going to go wild over this.
Yeah,
it's
it's gonna be really-
it's really exciting. As someone who, talks to customers every single day, I think this one's going to be so well received and excited for that. Aaron, what is going to be your first, what is your purchase at JBR the day pumpkin season happens? What's your go-to? Pumpkin? Are you going to be a
Yes.
pumpkin bagel, pumpkin spice cream cheese, pumpkin
Yes.
spice latte? Hot, right?
It's always trips. Yeah. Every time.
Okay.
Every time. What am I going to put on it? Cookies and cream? It's just ridiculous. Nobody buys that.
Nobody who does that. Nobody's
Who
buying
does
that
that?
cream cheese.
No,
Oh, I can't.
my only caveat to that, just because I don't want to be, branded somebody that misrepresents themselves on this podcast, is that I've been told that for certain bagels like pumpkin pie, you skip the pumpkin spice and you do the butter. We got a cinnamon butter.
Cinnamon honey butter.
Cinnamon, yes. And so it melts and then it tastes more like pumpkin pie when you do that. So that was a pro tip I got from from Motown's my people. But they hit me up on that. So I'm like, that is when the pie variance of pumpkin comes up, I have to swap out of the spice spread and then into that. And then I'm back. But
Pumpkin
standard
pie is so good. I can't wait for that bagel.
I'm going to be running from my house to work for that week, for next week, I guess, because 7 for 7 bagel the day is rough.
When pumpkin
You
pie
better go to the
first
gym.
I'm going to be doing 2 a days for that.
When pumpkin pie first introduced, it was Danielle ate it. She's like, this might be my new favorite bagel.
It is. It's up there with loaded baked potato as far as favorite bagels of the day ever. But loaded baked potato I can get once a month. Pumpkin pie I'm only going to be able to get for a quarter, which is a problem.
So
I know.
And it starts the week off, just so everyone.
It's the first one, Monday?
It's the first
the
one.
first one.
Monday. You got to start. If you're going to start pumpkin season, you got to start it with pumpkin pie.
There's some new ones in this lineup, though, that are going to be, you're going to be converted, Danielle. This lineup's going to convert you. I'm convinced of this. This lineup's good.
I think pumpkin as a base is good, but I want stuff on top. And Jeff is going to deliver that 7 days in a row.
So good.
I'm here for it.
Well, this was a super fun episode. I'm glad you were here, Danielle. Thanks
for the
Aaron.
invite.
Hey,
Appreciate it.
you're always welcome. You just say, hey, I'd like to be on the pod, and we'll let you on.
I'll listen and then I'll go back to you. I might change my mind. We'll see.
All
It was only 3 months after the last time you were on, so maybe
Yes,
that's your
a
cycle time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just needs a little break in between.
Love it.
Awesome. Well, bake fresh, bring joy, build community, and we'll see you next week. Bye.
You guys are funny.
Yo, fresh out the oven, ready to run. What's hot this week at Just Bagel Run? Jeff and Aaron bring the fun. It's the weekly run, let's get it. The weekly run from Just Bagel Run.